If I told you that one simple posture, something you can do right at home, without equipment, without jumping, without strain, could strengthen your legs, fix your posture, tighten your core, protect your knees, improve your balance, boost your stamina, activate deep muscle groups, and even slow down aging, would you believe me? And what if I told you people over 50, 60, and even 70 are using this one movement to rebuild their strength faster than any fancy exercise program? Because what I'm about to share with you today might look simple from the outside, but the results are anything but simple. The horse stance, a position practiced for thousands of years across martial arts and longevity traditions, is one of the most powerful things you can do for your body every single day. And the way it transforms you, especially after 50, is something most people don't understand until they try it. So if you're over 50 and you want more strength, more stability, a better body, and real mobility, stay with me, because by the end of this video you're going to know exactly what happens when you practice the horse stance every day, and why your future self will thank you. Let's talk honestly for a second. After 50, your body changes. You lose muscle faster. Your balance starts slipping. Your legs feel weaker. Your back complains when you get out of a chair. Your hips feel tight. And even if you want to exercise, sometimes traditional workouts just don't feel good anymore. Squats hurt the knees. Lunges feel unstable. Weightlifting feels intimidating. And the problem is, when you stop moving, the body declines even faster. But here's the good news. The horse stance is different. It's gentle. It's controlled. It's completely safe. And it works the muscles you actually need for real-life movement. Standing, walking, bending, lifting, climbing stairs, and staying upright. This is why martial artists use it to build powerful legs, strong hips, and a stable core. And for people over 50, it becomes one of the fastest, safest ways to rebuild physical confidence. Now, if you've never tried it, let me paint the picture. You stand with your feet wider than your shoulders, toes slightly turned out, and you lower your body as if you're sitting into an invisible chair. Not too deep, not too shallow, just enough to feel grounded. Your spine stays straight, your chest stays open, your weight sinks into your heels, and you simply hold. You breathe. You stay still. And that's it. But don't be fooled. Because within a few seconds, you'll feel your legs waking up. Your inner thighs tighten. Your glutes activate. Your core turns on. Your posture straightens itself. And suddenly, a movement that looks like nothing turns into one of the most intense strengthening tools you've ever done. The first thing that happens when you do the horse stance every day, especially if you're over 50, is a huge improvement in leg strength. Most people think they need lunges, squats, and machines to build their legs, but the horse stance targets your quadriceps, inner thighs, hamstrings, and glutes all at once. And because you're not moving, you're reducing the stress on your knees. This isometric style of strengthening actually helps people with knee pain build muscle without compression or impact. Over time, you'll notice that sitting down, standing up, climbing stairs, and walking uphill all become easier. Your legs stop shaking during everyday tasks. Your stability becomes rock solid. The next big change you feel is in your hips. Tight hips are one of the biggest reasons people over 50 struggle with mobility. When the hips get stiff, the back takes over. That leads to pain, imbalance, and even a higher risk of falling. The horse stance opens the hips, strengthens the hip flexors, and builds the glute muscles that support your entire pelvic structure. After a few weeks of daily practice, people often say they feel looser, lighter, and more stable when they walk. Your stride becomes smoother and more natural. And as your hips become stronger, your lower back begins to relax, because it's no longer carrying the entire burden of supporting your body. Then comes your core. And this one surprises most people. You're not doing crunches. You're not twisting. You're not doing planks. Yet your core is firing hard the entire time. Because the horse stance forces your body to stabilize itself. Your deep abdominal muscles, your obliques, and your lower back muscles, everything is working to keep you upright. And since the movement is slow and controlled, your core builds true functional strength, the kind that helps you stand tall, carry groceries, protect your spine, and avoid injuries. People over 50 often struggle with core weakness, and they don't even realize it until they start holding this stance. Suddenly, everything wakes up. You feel centered again. Another powerful transformation happens in your balance. As we age, our balance is one of the first things to go, but we usually don't notice until it becomes a problem. The horse stance trains your brain, muscles, and nervous system to stabilize your body in a grounded, controlled way. You're teaching your feet how to grip the floor, your legs how to support you, and your core how to react instantly. After practicing daily, you'll notice you're more confident on uneven ground, less wobbly when standing on one leg, and less likely to trip. Better balance doesn't just prevent falls, it adds years of independence. Now let's talk about posture. If you spend long hours sitting at a desk, driving, or leaning over your phone, your posture naturally collapses. Shoulders round forward. The upper back gets tight. The lower back gets weak. And the neck suffers. The horse stance forces your body into alignment. You pull your shoulders back, lift your chest, keep your spine tall, and breathe deeply. Over time, this begins to carry over into your daily life. You walk taller. You sit straighter. You look more confident. And when your posture improves, your breathing improves, your energy improves, and your mood improves. It's all connected. One of the most overlooked benefits of the horse stance, especially for people over 50, is joint resilience. When you hold your body still, your muscles contract, but your joints don't slam or grind. That means you're strengthening the surrounding muscles while protecting your knees, hips, and ankles. The longer you practice, the more your joints become supported and cushioned by stronger muscles. This reduces pain, improves mobility, and helps reverse the damage caused by years of inactivity or improper movement. It's like giving your joints a second life. Something else that's truly amazing is how much this single stance improves circulation. When you sink into the position, you're creating a gentle demand on your muscles. Blood starts flowing strongly. Oxygen increases. Your lower body warms up. Poor circulation is one of the reasons many people over 50 experience cold feet, slow recovery, stiffness, or swelling. The horse stance helps pump blood through your legs and back toward your heart. It's like giving your entire lower body a healthy wake-up call. And speaking of wake-up calls, most people report an increase in energy within the first week. Holding this stance forces your body to breathe deeper. You automatically switch from shallow chest breathing to diaphragm breathing. And better breathing means better oxygenation. Better oxygenation means better energy, clearer thinking, faster recovery, and a stronger immune system. This is part of the reason martial artists use the horse stance not only for strength but also for mental focus. The breath calms the nervous system. It reduces stress. It sharpens your mind. And for anyone over 50, learning to reconnect with your breath is just as important as strengthening your muscles. Let's talk about something most people don't expect: stamina. You might think holding a stance doesn't condition your endurance, but it absolutely does. When your legs are burning and you stay in the position, you're building a deep reservoir of strength and mental resilience. You're training your muscles to work under tension. Your heart rate increases, but in a controlled way. Over time, you'll be able to walk longer, climb more stairs, stand longer, and move throughout your day with more energy. You start feeling younger because your body is functioning the way it's supposed to. Now, what happens when you do the horse stance every day for weeks, months, or even years? You develop something martial artists call root strength. This is the strength that comes from the deepest layers of your legs, hips, and core. It's not flashy. It's not something you see instantly. But it's the kind of strength that keeps you independent as you age. It's the strength that lets you get up from the floor without help. It's the strength that lets you lift things without hurting your back. It's the strength that lets you walk confidently, travel, play with grandkids, garden, exercise, and move without fear. Over time, you'll also notice something else. The horse stance makes your body more symmetrical. Most people have one leg stronger than the other, one hip tighter, one knee is more sensitive. The stance exposes your imbalances, and over time, it corrects them. You start standing evenly. You shift your weight more naturally. You feel more solid when you walk. This symmetry is a huge part of preventing injuries, especially as you get older. Now, I want to talk about what happens to the mind. Because yes, the horse stance changes your body, but the mental benefits are just as powerful. When you stay in a position that challenges you without overwhelming you, you develop patience. You develop discipline. You develop focus. You learn to breathe through discomfort rather than panic. You learn to stay calm under pressure. These skills translate into daily life, handling stress, staying calm during conflict, thinking clearly, and maintaining emotional stability. And let's be honest, after 50, mental resilience matters just as much as physical resilience. Another incredible benefit is improved bone density. When you hold your weight in a semi-squat position, you're placing gentle pressure on your bones. This stimulates bone growth and helps slow down bone loss, which becomes a major issue after 50, especially for women. Strong bones mean fewer fractures, fewer mobility problems, and better long-term health. You don't need weights to build bone density. Your own body weight, held in the right position, does the job beautifully. Something else you'll notice within the first few weeks is improved coordination. The stance teaches your body awareness, where your knees are, how your hips align, how your spine sits, and how your weight is distributed. This heightened awareness carries over to daily life. You move differently, more deliberately, more confidently. And when your body moves with awareness, you prevent injuries without even thinking about it. Let's talk about knee health for a moment because this is one area where the horse stance shines. Many people over 50 struggle with knee pain from arthritis, cartilage wear, or weak supporting muscles. Traditional exercises like lunges or deep squats can actually make the pain worse. But the horse stance strengthens the muscles around the knee without forcing the joint through stressful motion. Over time, this stabilizes the knee, reduces pain, and increases confidence. I've seen people who struggled to walk long distances suddenly feel stronger, more capable, and more stable, just from this one stance. And here's something very important. The horse stance teaches your body how to generate force from the ground. This is a concept called ground power, and it's essential for long-term mobility. When you push through the floor with your feet, you activate your entire kinetic chain, from your legs to your hips to your core and all the way up your spine. This is the same mechanism that keeps athletes fast, strong, and agile. But even for regular people over 50, this translates into better walking power, better stair climbing, better lifting strength, and better daily movement overall. After practicing daily, people often notice that their back pain decreases significantly. This happens for a few reasons. Your core strengthens. Your hips open. Your glutes turn on. Your posture improves. And your spine gets better support. When all these elements come together, your back finally gets relief. Instead of suffering from weakness and tightness, your muscles begin working the way they were designed to. Now let's talk about balance again, but from a neurological standpoint. When you hold this stance, your brain is flooded with information from your muscles, tendons, and joints. This helps improve proprioception, the sense of where your body is in space. Proprioception declines with age, which is why people become more unsteady. The horse stance reverses this decline by stimulating the nervous system. Your reflexes sharpen. Your reactions become quicker. You move with more confidence. Another important effect is improved hormone regulation. Slow, controlled, strength-building movements help regulate stress hormones, lower cortisol, and increase endorphins. This leads to better sleep, better recovery, more stable moods, and a healthier metabolism. And the breathing associated with the stance enhances relaxation, lowers blood pressure, and supports cardiovascular health. Now think about long-term independence. One of the biggest fears people have as they age is losing mobility and needing assistance for everyday tasks. But when you build strong legs, strong hips, a strong core, good balance, and good posture, you're building the foundation of independence. The horse stance is not just an exercise, it's an investment. Every second you hold it, you're building the strength you'll need 5, 10, or 20 years from now. So what actually happens when you do the horse stance every day? First, you feel stronger. Then you feel more stable. Then your body becomes more coordinated. Your knees hurt less. Your back feels better. Your hips open. Your posture improves. Your energy rises. Your confidence returns. And sooner or later, you start noticing that you move better, you stand taller, and you feel younger. Not because you're doing fancy workouts, but because you're doing something deeply rooted in how the human body is meant to move. The beauty of the horse stance is that you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to go low. You don't need to hold it for long. You just need consistency. Start with 10 seconds, then 20, then 30. Over time, go for a minute, 2 minutes, or even 5 minutes if you can. Your body will adapt. Your strength will grow. Your balance will improve. And every day you practice, you're reinforcing your foundation. And here's the part most people don't realize. The horse stance is a mirror. It shows you your weaknesses. If your legs shake, they're getting stronger. If your hips feel tight, they're waking up. If your posture collapses, it's learning to correct itself. Every challenge you feel is proof that your body is rebuilding. So if you're over 50 and you want a single, simple, powerful practice to transform your health, this is it. The horse stance isn't about looking impressive. It's about building the kind of strength that keeps you active, mobile, and independent for decades. And the best part? Anyone can do it. Anywhere. Anytime. No equipment. No noise. No pressure. Just you, your breath, and your body learning to work the way it was always meant to. If you commit to doing the horse stance every day, even for a short time, you'll notice your legs becoming stronger, your core becoming tighter, your balance becoming steadier, and your posture becoming more natural. You'll feel that inner power returning, the kind of power that makes you trust your body again. And that feeling, confidence in your body, is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself as you age. So here's my challenge to you. After this video, stand up. Set your feet wider than your shoulders. Bend your knees slightly. Sink your hips. Lift your chest. Keep your spine tall. And breathe. Start today. Start now. And watch what happens when you make this ancient, powerful movement a part of your daily life. Your body will change. Your mind will change. Your energy will change. And you might just be shocked at how quickly you start to feel stronger, younger, and more alive. If you're over 50, the horse stance can change your life. Try it, stay consistent, and let your body show you what it can still do.